Hey, top of the morning to everybody. Oh man, my glasses are kind of messing with me a little bit this morning, but a great day to you. I hope everybody's doing good. While I get set up here, I ask for a little bit of patience. Um, I know that it's a beautiful day out there. It's sunshiny here in North Carolina, and I am loving life. So, whoa, hello. It's a beautiful on-passive day and a great day to continue the on-passive journey. Uh, as we all know, all journeys begin with a single step, right? With humble beginnings. And that's what this is all about this morning. I want to talk a little bit about leadership, and I want to talk about leadership in particular in OnPassive, because we have some awesome leaders, and we want some more, to be quite honest, right? So anyway, like I was saying, all journeys begin with a single step. Humble beginnings. We've heard that many times before, and the same is absolutely true for OnPassive leaders. Now, sometimes it can be pretty difficult, but we're still reaching out, and we want more courageous leaders helping the founders on their journeys. So the question becomes, will some of you that are listening to this step into a leadership journey of your own by modeling what we call the OnPassive way? I hope so, and I hope that as we talk a little bit about leadership, about fundamentals of leadership, that you'll start to understand that it's not work, and you can slide into it pretty effortlessly, and it's more of a journey of a personal nature than it is trying to control anything outside of you. So anyway, not long ago, I had a YouTuber that made a comment about the gold standard disappearing. And he says, it's about time people started waking up. And if anybody's been listening to me over the last 2 years, that comment was just begging for me to open something up and get a dialogue going. So in actuality, the commenter didn't really make it too clear how that statement that he had made and tied into the OnPassive progression video that he was referring to or commenting on, but I assumed that he was referring to America's fiat currency, right? And that it wasn't any longer backed by gold. So I proceeded to have a little fun by saying, well, the gold standard is coming back, and there's a lot of other things, a great deal, many more changes that are occurring as well. And I know that it will. Gold-backed currency is going to reemerge. That's a no-brainer. But I went on to say that people in general are waking up. Consciousness and compassion are on the rise. And for OnPassive, that gold standard is heart, right? That's where we are. That's what backs it. And that's where we get such immense value from. And Mr. Ash Mufareh, our founder and CEO, he has set in motion a series of paradigm shifts that are in sync, that resonate or are in tune with, in a way, the world events, things going on in the world, right? The rise of consciousness or awareness and the lifting of humanity. There's a lot of these things going on. And his message is rather clear. We're here to lift the human condition through compassionate action. In other words, we need to be getting our minds off ourselves and onto others to work for the greater good by following our passions through activity, right? Through a little bit of work and effort that lifts conditions for those around us. We want to lift those around us into the same types of conditions at the same level that we are. And I suppose if we can follow that premise, in everything we do, if we can at least attempt to follow the golden rule in a way, then we're going to be a lot more successful, a lot quicker. So if you want others to think nicely about you, well, think nicely about others first. If you want others to give you things, right? We all do. Give things to others first. If you'd like to have others contribute to your abundance, guess what? Then contribute to the abundance of others. And obviously, and I've got to mention it here because this is who I am, we live in a world of polarity, right? Of contrast. So if you don't want to be lied to, Don't lie to others. If you don't want to be cheated, don't cheat others. You see the pattern here, right? So yeah, I'm having some fun with this. But this is leadership. And believe it or not, to one extent or another, you, if you are listening to this, you are a leader, right? And whatever you want for yourself, right? Help others obtain that, and it will be added to you. So you don't have to help everybody. Just help those that come into contact with you if you can. And it's not a hard, fast rule. Oh, everybody that comes in contact with me, I got to help them. No. If it makes you feel good and you can do it, do it. A wise leader once said, not to withhold good from someone when it's in your power to give it. And I would certainly recommend that. So if you're an active person in ONPASSIVE, then you're a leader in ONPASSIVE. If you're not, you're still a leader. You're just not a leader in ONPASSIVE. But let me talk a little bit about the leaders in ONPASSIVE, right? ONPASSIVE leaders try really hard, and we're human, right? We all got egos and we got agendas, and we try to put those aside and we try to do what's right because it's right. Sound familiar, right? In this, we want to follow our passion. And by this, I mean we do what makes us feel good and what we're excited about doing. If we don't know how, then we get a hold of a leader that's doing what we want to do. We kind of settle into orbit, so to speak, around them and model their behavior. Now, remember, leadership is a continuing process of behavior modification, and it grows us. It helps us to help those people that are around us, and it helps us help ourselves in all of our awarenesses and such. Now, that doesn't mean that we go out and grab, or link up with a leader that we want to model, and that leader just became our best friend, our best buddy. He's going to spend every hour with us. Probably not. Actually, the time is probably going to be quite limited that you're going to spend with a leader like that. But the counsel, the help, the way they can model and what you can take from that can be very effective. And it can be a very, very good thing for you and for those people that are around you. And part of that is helping us to figure it all out as we grow into the role and into, what will become our lives. So keep in mind that as we work out our own aspirations, we're going to go through changes. And some of them, I guarantee you, some of them are not going to be comfortable. However, as we progress, we will be lifted up. We will become mentally and emotionally stronger. We're going to end up developing our own style. And in that whole process, we will just start to guide those that orbit us simply as a matter of course. It is something that you will automatically do, right? And I can give you lots and lots of names of people that did exactly that as they rose to become the leaders that they are today. Now, people that were not the leaders they are now in ONPASSIVE, that's what I'm talking about. Not just some generic unknown leader in the world. I'm talking specifically, there are people that did this and have risen into leadership precisely by the way that I'm talking about doing it here, right? And now they're great leaders in ONPASSIVE. And trust me when I say, some of us have been through the school of hard knocks to do this, and I would guarantee that even Mr. Mufareh has attended some classes, right, in that school. So some of us will, and that's a given. Some of us are going to do that too. But if there's a singular piece of advice that I could like to give you that would maybe make this journey a bit easier for you, it's to let you know that your goals for leadership and the journey that you're on is not only about you. I mean, it can be about you to a degree. I mean, it always is, but it's not only about you. If it is, you're going to experience a type of short-sightedness that's going to cause you a whole lot of grief, right? A whole lot of frustration. And I see that with folks every day in one way or another, that you got to kind of redirect and turn around and, kind of change the path or trajectory they're on, right? Other leaders see it too. Some of the ONPASSIVE leaders that I'm talking about started that way, and they changed. They got on board the new paradigm. It's what it is. It's a new paradigm. We can't continue to act in the old ways. We've got a new way. It's lifting humanity. It's going out with heart and compassionate action. And a lot of us did that simply by listening to and modeling the behavior of our illustrious leader, Mr. Ash Mufareh, right? He spoke about many, many things and modeled many, many things for us, and we caught on, and now we have risen in the ranks of leadership, and we're all on our own journey. We're all on our own levels, and it's not about us and them or anything like that. It's our personal journey. So there are a lot of us that get it, so to speak. And of those that get it, there are quite a few of us that have become very visible in ONPASSIVE. Most of us know them as Leadership Council members. You know, quite honestly, I don't even know if the Leadership Council still exists. I just don't know. But the leaders do, and that's the important thing. And don't think that we have daily conversations with Mr. Mufareh or that we're privy to information that other founders aren't privy to. He doesn't work like that, and ONPASSIVE doesn't work like that, okay? Quite frankly, that is not the case. However, we are leaders nonetheless, all of us. And this means you too. If you're listening to this, right, you're a leader too. And if you don't feel like you are, then look around and start acting like the leader that you want to be, keeping in mind that every journey starts with a single step. So don't despise small beginnings, because we all have them. Everybody has them, right? Anyway, my question is, are you ready to go on a ride for your life? Because that's what I've been on for the last 3 years plus. Man, what a journey. What an incredible journey. And we want more leaders that are going to be putting out the ONPASSIVE message, right? We want more leaders that will enable others to do the same. And it can be, and probably will be, in your own unique way. Mr. Mufareh has alluded to that, I think, in the last webinar, when he says he comes out on these messages. So I'm encouraging you now. I'm going to start doing it myself more frequently if I can. Get on the Monday webinars and listen to what the man has to say. If you can't do that, then follow up and listen to what has been said, because he agrees that we need to have leaders that will take his message, put it in their own words, use their own vernacular, and send it out to the founders, so that in one way or another, all the founders are hearing the same message, okay? So we're all unique. And however we put the ONPASSIVE message out will be unique, but it will still be the ONPASSIVE message. So it's a message of the heart, right? Of compassionate action, doing what's right because it's right, working for the greater good and for lifting humanity. We know what it is. And each of us are a piece to this puzzle that we're building. And each piece that gets placed on the table, so to speak, gives us a much bigger, grander, clearer clarity for the whole picture as it comes into focus. And it's like Ash says, we win bigger together. So as I close this out, I just want to remind us all, tell the truth. It's the right kind of marketing. Flat out, plain and simple. And if you want to be a leader in a greater capacity than you are now, then reach out to some leaders that are doing what you want to do. Share some ideas. Jump on board with some mentoring activities and such, reach out with questions. Just start working toward that, because we need you in ONPASSIVE. Everybody's unique and significant, and everybody is a leader, period. To what degree you want to be a leader is up to you, but we are welcoming you. We want you. And as we all move forward, we're going to have a great, great time in this ONPASSIVE journey. So thank you so very much. I appreciate this little bit of time today. I will be looking for comments that will give me ideas and indications on other topics that I can start doing lives with. I am looking forward to working more interactively with other leaders and with the whole of ONPASSIVE. And I would certainly encourage and welcome what you have to say about what we are doing. So please hit the like button. Please subscribe to the channel that you're viewing this from. Ring that bell so that you'll get more notifications on posts like this, right? And remember this, the movement that we've got going on is the company, and the company is the movement. So make it a great, great, great ONPASSIVE day. Take care. I will talk to you very soon.